child. One guess as to which one was the star in their neighborhood. Even aunts, uncles, and grandparents, when they weren't poking Myles in his stomach to see if he said, "poppin' fresh dough," focused the majority of their praise and attention on Amir. "You know," Amir said, taking a break from looking at himself, "I don't understand this monk lifestyle of yours. You're not a bad-looking guy. But I'm no you, right? Hey, don't set the bar so high. If you try to reach that ideal, of course you're doomed to fail." Even Myles had to laugh. "As I was saying, you're a good-looking guy. You seem to have got that weight situation under control. You're smart, available, professional. What's the problem?" "Just because I haven't turned my apartment into a sanctum of scanctum does not mean there's a problem, Amir. Lord knows before you got married you had enough women for the both of us, Mr. 17 hoes in his freshman year alone." "Hey, hoes can be good people." "I'm sure they can be," Myles said as he brushed past him to go back to the bedroom. He peeked into the living room and saw that the girls were engrossed with some cartoon on the TV, much to Winston's relief. "But if I try for something more than empty one-night stands, should I be faulted for holding myself to a higher standard than skank 'em and thank 'em?" As Myles put on a pair of sweats and laced up his sneakers, Amir answered in an affected hat-in-hand Southern drawl. "I reckon us common Negroes can't wait for true, undying love because we just like the feeling of a pair of titties in our back at night." "As do I," he replied, ignoring Amir's sarcasm. Myles opted for a t-shirt rather than the tank top he had on, because that showed the top of his surgical scar from childhood heart surgery. Another source of insecurity was that he had been born with a heart murmur. "But I don't know. I'm just tired of meaningless encounters with women." He regretted saying that as soon as he said it. Had he forgotten who he was talking to? Amir gave him a look of incredulity and cracked up. "You ain't had enough pussy in your life to say what you're tired of. You have zero credibility about what you're tired of until you start fucking." Myles glanced into the living room. "Damn, you're ignorant. Don't say anything when one of your daughters comes here to ask what fucking means." "True that. Which would be funny because this is the last place they would actually see anybody doing any." All right, your point is made. You ready to go?" "I'm waiting on you, remember?" The ride to the basketball courts took about 10 minutes. After they strapped the twins into the back of Amir's Pathfinder, Myles turned on WPRS. They were playing It Only Takes a Minute by Tavares, which had been one of his and Amir's favorite songs when they were kids. They alternated lead vocal duties and still remembered the words after all these years. When they stopped at a red light next to a car driven by a pretty woman, Amir could not resist the opportunity. He pulled up alongside her car on the left. He then tapped the horn lightly, while at the same time rolling down the passenger's side window from the master control panel. The horn tap got the woman's attention. She looked directly at Myles, giving him a "what the hell do you want" look. Now, having been the victim of this before, Myles knew there were only a couple of ways he could play it. One was to duck your head down, act like you dropped some change on the floor. It sounded good in theory, but then Amir would yell something along the lines of, "You reach across my car, honk my horn, bothering this attractive young lady, and now you gonna duck your head down like some scared little punk." The better option, Myles had learned, was to feign indifference when Amir tapped the horn and rolled down the window. The key was to look straight ahead and hold it. This worked best because Amir ended up looking like the fool. Myles looked like the indifferent, intriguing dude who could care less. But with this particular Latina in question, he got caught looking, and Amir moved in for the kill. "Excuse me, chula, mi hermano has not been out with a mujer en muchos años. He has no cojones. Por favor, help."